Hello, hello. It's finally time! We get to finally do the Chat Makes a D&D character stream. Be gone, Milton. We'll have it on just this. But yeah. I'm very excited to see what everyone makes. Of course, I'm going to wait for ads to be over with and for everyone to be able to hop in so people can give their ideas, do their roles, and see what we end up making today. I just got back from walking Bubba, so I'm a little tired. But we still have plenty of time to wait. But yeah, sad I missed the Wednesday stream, but we're here today. Also, hey Agent, you are first this time, and you got a plain bagel. You can put whatever you want on it. Hey Fancy, welcome in everybody. Like always, I'm going to wait for ads to be over with before we get hopped into the real meat and potatoes of the stream. But for now, this is kind of all we have, as we don't have a character just yet. I'm very excited to see what you guys come up with. Good luck! So the main plan I have for this is obviously just people get to pick race, class, decide what the character looks like in chat, which we'll go over again once the ads are over with. But it won't just be that. First, we gotta pick, well, it can't just be one person says something. We kind of have to get everyone to agree on stuff. The first part of the stream will just be everyone figuring out what we all agree on wanting. Well, it's called Chat Makes, not Agent Makes. We gotta get at least 2 or 3 people to agree on, like, a certain character design trait. Hey, Comet! And especially after, like I just said, because you weren't here on time, we have to get at least 2 or 3 people to agree on a concept before we do this. Though it's good to... I don't care about anything else though. Well, that's not... This isn't gonna work very well, is it? Okay, fine. Here, how about we instead do a vote using Twitch polls? How about that? Whichever answer wins gets to be the race we're going with. But, of course, they all have to be suggestions from people in chat. So we already have Elf, and we have Tiefling. Everyone gets 1. Everyone's allowed to have 1. We'll have as many as we can. We'll have 3. I want to keep it at 3. So, Agent, you've already submitted an Elf. Nice. And Comet, you've submitted a Tiefling. Obviously, like I said, we aren't going to do this until everyone has gotten a chance. A lot more people have gotten a chance to get in. So we're not missing out on anyone after ad break. Because just in case people can't hear during ad break. Many of you can still hear me because you have subs and stuff, so I don't want it to just be the people with subs. But we'll have Elf as the first one since you were here first, and we'll add Tiefling. We've got our first 2. If no one else wants to add more... Fancy, is that your way of saying you want a dwarf? Oh, you just couldn't figure out how to spell its name. Okay. Alright, so we've got at least 3. Like I said, we're going to wait until after ad break is done, which is now. Hopefully everyone should be back from ads. I do want to give time for plenty of people, because I know we're missing some of our regulars right now. So in the hopes to give more people chances also, so we don't just have a 3-way tie because there's 3 of you who've already suggested. We're gonna give it a second, so I can also re-explain what we have to do. Welcome back from ads. Hey, there's another one. Hi, Shay. Alright, so for our first 3 suggestions of the race for this character, we have an elf, a tiefling, and a dwarf as our options. Which I'll do my best on dwarf because that's just person but short, I guess? I think that's it to them, is they're just short people, I think. I hope that's not too difficult. Dwarf D&D. Yeah, I guess they're just, like, people, but with shorter proportions. Alright, ad break is over with, so I'm going to start the poll. We have our first 3. If we have a tie, I'm going to end up removing the one with the least votes. That's gonna be how this works. And if they all get a 3-way tie, then guess what's getting deleted? So choose wisely. You get 5 minutes. Starting now. I have faith in you guys. You have to press the buttons on the poll. That's, they're not the, like, ones that read things. Yeah, this is about what I expected. Oh, you're choosing. Yeah, we know. All right, everyone do your votes. You got 5 minutes to pick and choose. I think you can change them after you've done them. I don't know. Good luck, because if we have a tie, whatever got the least amount of votes loses and gets removed, and we do it again. Until we have one victor. You guys also get to choose a class after this, so choose this first, and then we'll do class. I'm also going to let you guys roll the attributes, or the ability scores, in the chat using the dice rolling command. Because I thought that'd be fun. Oh, it seems Elf is winning right now. How interesting. I guess if we had a tie, like, I guess I could also just try to mix some attributes. But it's probably best to just have it be a character that's one or the other. There'd still be the main one. But don't worry, even if the class you wanted loses, we can still add more and more traits and stuff. Wait, do we also get to select subrace? I don't know. We'll figure out which one gets picked first. I'm assuming you mean because we chose Elf, and I think Elf is winning right now. Depends on if anyone comes in and changes that. Or perhaps changes their votes, which actually, I don't know if you can. Well, maybe that's a good thing. I guess if Elf wins, then yes, we can look into the sub-races for Elf, since there are a lot. They do they? Interesting. If it changes the design at all, then yeah, that's kind of important, because I know there's a lot of different elves. For Tieflings, I don't think their sub-races actually change anything. The main reasoning why that's not too important for me here is because this D&D character isn't really going to be used for a D&D campaign because, well, obviously I'm not using this character for anything. I don't want to. And also because this character is going to be an NPC in the D&D game show I'm making. So keep that in mind while you guys decide stuff for this character, because you will be seeing them in that game show. Whatever personality traits we all decide are fun, whatever the, like, main... What are these things called? I don't know if you... Oh, you can see my, like, cursor right now. I don't know what these things are called. Little, like, abilities you get. I'm gonna let you guys... Well, how many of these are there? Okay, there's 18 of these, so I think I'm gonna let you pick 5 that you want as like your favorites. Oh, there's one with wings. I guess that does make sense. But yeah, you guys will get to pick your 5 favorite of these like ability scores or just abilities, traits, skills. You'll pick your favorite of the 16 skills. Essentially, everyone gets 1 or 2 votes, and then whichever ones have the highest will be the ones we choose, and that depends on what the character is capable of doing. So let's say athletics, sleight of hand, and nature end up being ones that win a lot. Those will be ones that the character keeps, and I'll get to decide what that does for the NPC later on. Once we get to that section, you guys can just shout out which abilities you want, but you get to pick 2. Everyone in chat picks 2 abilities. Do not pick more than that. The first 2 you say will be the first 2 that I add to the list. And each one will get a little, like, vote marker. It looks like Elf wins. So now we also get to pick a sub-race for Elf. Tiefling and Dwarf tied with 1 and 1. So they are out of the ruling. Now for the fun part, shout out some class ideas. I will be picking the first 3 again and adding them to the list. And then we'll do another poll. Rogue Mage. Ooh. We got one more spot. It's whoever's chat message also shows up first, so be quick. Is Mage... Well, I guess we'll give them whatever ability is closest to Mage in the game show. So we have an option of a sneaky person and a magic user. We'll go back to subspecies. Cleric. All right, those are the first 3. All right. In addition, we now have the options for a class. I think this was another 5-minute poll, so take your time to think. And like I said before, if we end up having a tie, then whatever gets the least votes gets deleted. Though I guess if it's a 3-way tie, I'll just delete whichever one is said last. So, sorry, Cleric. Yeah, I don't know how much sense the 3-way tie makes if one of them gets deleted. I guess I'll just roll something. Hey, Meeps, you're just in time to help pick a class. I wrote the thing in the wrong order. Let me just fix that. So far, we have an elf character. We'll be deciding if they're a subclass and which one after I look up what that even means. Elf subclasses. I guess subrace? We'll go with 5e, because that's what I was using when I was looking around. As you guys can tell, these are actually the 5e skills and not one of the other versions. It did try to give me some. 3es are a little slightly different. Ooh, it looks like Mage is winning with 3 votes. Okay. People are It's funny that the people who suggested things, I think I've at the very least convinced you guys not to just vote for what you said out loud. Considering there wasn't a vote for Cleric, so I'm very proud of you guys for not constantly doing 3-way ties. Oh, 2 for Rogue, 1 for Cleric, 3 for Mage. Things seem to be switching up. I'm also looking at the sub-race options. Sea Elf, High Elf. I know about Drow and Wood Elf. What even is a High Elf? I have a better way to look at these. What's even the difference between all of these guys? Oh, the fandom wiki, that'll be helpful. Well, fandom wiki is oftentimes annoying, but at least Forgotten Realms is where I tend to look at stuff, so let me see. Okay, the elf sub-races are already getting confusing. Yeah, we're not doing half-elf. If we wanted half-elf, I guess you guys can vote if you want half-elf as one of the subtypes. Drow, High, and Wood. There are others, like the Pallid? They're very niche. Huh. Okay, Mage still seems to be winning, so we'll have likely a magic user. I think I'll pick some of the just more, or like the well-known ones. There seems to be a lot of these guys, like too many. There's a winged species of elf. There's ones that live specifically in the forest that turn into wolves. There's ones from the astral plane. There's Fey elves, which are Eladrin, which I think are the ones that change during like winter and summer and stuff. Apparently they're called Fey elf, or no, they're called Fey Eladrin. Oh, okay. So I'll likely be adding that one to the list. Poll is almost over. It looks like Mage is winning. Yep. They all got... Oh, look at that little staircase. Alright, so we will be having a Mage Elf. Or just some kind of magic-using elf. Alright, so now we are going to pick on if we want a... like, subspecies of elf. First option on the poll will be for it to just be, like, I guess, basic elf? I don't know what the difference are. All elves? Like, the side species or not? I don't fully understand. I don't actually know what this means. I guess I'll put in the option for, like, sun. Sun seems to be a pretty common one. Drow. I'm adding in the Eladrin, because I think that's the one that changes, like, its hair color and stuff during seasons. And those will be our 3. Obviously, no additional votes. I don't trust you guys. Oh, that says or. Whatever. You know what I meant. Subrace of elf. Choose one. Oh, it seems we already have a vote. Very good, very good. I have, like, little quotes on the side of the elf. No, because we're trying to keep it to 3 at most. Also, I don't know what a wood elf is supposed to be. It was either that or I got rid of the Eladrin. All right, let's see. And then once we're done with this, we will be working on the attributes and stuff, and then we get to do what I think is going to be the most fun part, where you guys get to fight over the color palette and stuff. Because, of course, we can't just say this character is an elf and a mage, and that's it. We have to decide the gender. We have to decide the vibes. Where does this character live? What kind of area are they suited for? Do they live are they all fancy? Are they perhaps maybe a merchant? Your class doesn't always mean your job. Maybe they are simply just a mage because that's what they learn. Maybe it doesn't even have to do with what they do as a living. I can't get my drawing tablet to respond to me, and I don't like that. Lucio Paint's trying to crash, I think. We haven't even done anything, and you're already causing problems. That's Clipsio Paint for you. It seems Eladrin is winning. I think that's the one that changes hair during seasons. Let me actually look at it. I might be wrong. No, it is. I guess we get to vote for what season they're in. That one you can have 4 of. Lucio Paint, please. Come back to me. I kinda need you to work. Oh yeah, if you couldn't tell, the Chat Make series is essentially just based off of those like posts people make that's like, help me design a vampire character, or help me design a mermaid character. And each comment essentially picks what each part is. You guys are doing that, but you get to vote. And it's based off of what ends up being most popular, and not just set first. So we'll be deciding the aesthetic of the character, the clothes they like to wear, perhaps their personality. Clipsio Paint doesn't want us to do any of that, of course. Because why would it like fun? Are you done throwing a fit, Clipsio Paint? Thank you. Okay, Eladrin's... Oh, no, it's not done. I was gonna say because Eladrin is so far ahead, I'm going to write it down and then end the poll. But I guess you guys have more time because it won't let me write it down yet. I think Clipsio Paint wanted to vote something else, but Clipsio Paint is not alive and cannot vote on things in Twitch. I mean, I guess there's like the official Clipsio Paint account. I don't know if they have a Twitch. Kind of hope not. So it would be kind of funny if Twitch has like an official, like, Clipsio Paint account. They have a YouTube, but like, I don't know why they'd have a Twitch. I'm not, unless there's like, I don't actually know why they would need one. I know some companies do have them, but I don't know, maybe they do like, like giveaways or something? Also, if Clipsio Paint's going to be like this, I don't know how much of this we can do, because it's really throwing a fit, and we haven't even started anything. I don't know why it's throwing such a fit, but it is. Either way, Eladrin has won! Oh, they just pick it when they wake up, so it makes even more sense for you guys to choose which season they get. New poll. What season is Eladrin? And no, I'm not putting them in the correct order. I don't want to. Okay, fine. I'll put them in a better order. There we go. Hey Yeen, welcome in! We are doing the Chat Makes a D&D character stream. So far we've picked a Eladrin Elf Mage. So please go ahead, if you would like to, go ahead and pick a season for our Eladrin to be. And welcome in. Don't forget to grab your daily order and see what meal or drink you get for today. So far Summer is winning. I'm realizing I'm gonna have to draw like plant hair of some kind. And now I already kind of hate you guys. This is what I signed up for. Hey, nice. Hope you enjoy. I'll figure it out. But I'm already understanding those. We have elf, so... Simply enough, we have long ear. And some form of, like, I guess plant-like hair? I hope, well, also remember the rule is if it ends up being a tie, I delete whatever gets last place and then we do it again. But the tie only matters if it's like the winning tie. So like if summer and fall or summer and winter end up tying, then I delete spring and fall. Or winter, depends on who fails. Unless we have just a straight up winner, then we don't have to worry. Oh, it seems like summer has been pushed ahead. E-L-A-D-R-I-N. There we go. Eladrin. Don't like how any of this is written. I do agree, though, that autumn does tend to have very nice-looking leaves. I'm now thinking about what summer would be, like, color-wise. I guess, like, sort of a light, maybe lime green. Perhaps yellow flowers. Like, for spring, I think of, I guess, flowering stuff, especially more. But definitely things like pink and purple. Hey, glad you're having a good day. Now, let's see. Oh yeah, next up we then get to do voting and deciding on things like personality, what their job is. Because we know they're a mage, but like that doesn't say anything about the character themselves and what they do. Unless you guys decide their job is adventurer, and then their job is mage. Ooh, that's an idea, which also everyone who, obviously except for the season, I take the top 3 things that have been shouted out for an idea and then we vote on those. So I'm adding Magical Baker. It sounds like you're going to be giving me competition, which is interesting. Oh yeah, because you missed it. This character, obviously I'm not going to be using this character as a D&D character because I just won't. But instead, I'll be using this character as a NPC in the D&D game show I'm planning to make for chat. Every time we do a session of that, anyone who is available in the Discord gets to join and become one of the players, and everyone else gets to see what happens as the chaos. So we get to make an NPC for that specifically, but it looks like we have a Summer Eladrin. Apparently, Summer Eladrin are bold and aggressive. Okay. That gives ideas for personality when we get to that. But now it is time for everyone to vote, or at least shout out some ideas for their occupation. So, chat, what do they do? Also, Yin, if you would like to change Magical Baker, I'm adding it to the list, but if understand, just tell me if you want to switch it out for something else. Lifeguard at a local lake. Tends to fit with Summer a bit more. Ah, would you like to switch it over to like a lifeguard? Comet wants a knight. Okay. 1 and 2. Alright, switching out Magical Baker for lifeguard. Alright. One of the flaws of Summer Eladrin can have punch first, talk later. Ooh, they might be an artist. I believe that is the 3rd one we've gotten. Yeah, okay. So that makes 3. They're either a lifeguard, a knight, or an artist. Timer starting now. Let's see which job wins. And of course, their job will also obviously influence their design, so maybe we'll give them some paint brushes. Maybe they're a messy character and they have little, like, splotches of paint and dye on their outfit because it's gotten messy, unfortunately so. Some of us understand the struggle that is working with materials. Having pencils and chalk and stuff smudged places. Because unfortunately, when it comes to using charcoal and stuff, that shit is awful. It looks cool, but damn is it annoying. Ooh, a paintbrush wand! You're right, we can combine their job and their class. Interesting. That or some sort of magical knight. It looks like those two are winning the most, but Artist is currently in the lead. Y'all still got plenty of time for someone to either tie this or mess with the balance in some way. I used to work with chalk on coal paper. It was so fun. Made a full body ornament of Dark Soul. Ooh. Dark Souls stuff sounds fun. Also, hi Hawk! Welcome in! Oop, looks like Artist is doubling Knight's votes. Now I'm already invested in, like, the paint, mage with a paintbrush wand. Funnily enough, that's actually, part of my character design as well. I haven't drawn it yet, but essentially my witch broom is a giant paintbrush. Aw, that sucks. Artist Knight with stained glass armor. Shay? No. Absolutely not. I'm not drawing that. I love the idea. I'm not drawing a stained glass armor. Artist is winning with 5. I think everyone just really liked the idea of a paintbrush wand. So, I think Fancy said that. Go back up. Where is it? Yeah, Fancy came up with the paintbrush wand. I think I want to keep that too. Stained glass sword. I don't want to draw that either. No stained glass anything. Veto. Immediate veto. Also, oh, like the Kirby enemy. I don't play Kirby games, so I don't know if that is a thing they have. But I'll say no because it wasn't inspired by that. I just didn't want to use a regular mop, and I thought a paintbrush looked really cool. Stained glass boots. Oh, yeah, sure. Let's choose one of the most difficult parts of the body to draw, and one of the most difficult parts of an outfit to draw, shoes, and make them made out of stained glass. Comet, go away. Never mind, the Kirby enemy had painter legs. Painter legs? I'm sorry, they had like paintbrush legs? I'm so interested in what that means. Ink sword. I might be okay with ink sword. I'll think about ink sword. That does sound pretty cool. Because I'm imagining it's like all black, has a little bit of shine to it, but there's like clearly some like ink coming off of it. If it's really dark, it looks almost like they just like killed someone because there's ink dripping off of the sword edge. But it's just more of the ink. That, or there's like a giant ink bottle at the bottom of the hilt, and whenever the sword is being used, the ink shoots out and becomes sharp at the top. Yeah, artist has completely floored the other two options. So I think with 5 votes, artist is going to win. We have an artist mage Eladrin. I'm gonna end the poll a little early because I want to add in the option to pick gender. God, I have so many polls in my activity feed now. This is gonna be a fun. I'm gonna just remove polls from there so I can keep up with anything else that happens. All right, now we get to pick the character's gender. I'm gonna let you guys choose from 3 options, which is NB and I guess not NB. We're gonna have to, this is gonna take a while. NB or no NB. To be or not to NB. I'm not kidding. That's how I'm wording it. To NB or not to NB. Those are your votes. Oh, it's like a rainbow ink. Oh, like those multicolored pens? Okay, I'm interested. This sounds like a fun game already. Like, it's on its own. So you're picking for whether or not this character is non-binary or not. From there, just whoever shouts out first what they want is the one who wins. I'm wording it specifically like this because I didn't want it to be like cis or I guess other option. We're gonna pick if this character has like NB or not NB vibes. And then whoever shouts something out first after the poll has been concluded is the one that wins. Also, thank you for the self-care spell. I will take a little stretch and a sip of water. I was also kind of tempted to have it just be gender or no gender. So any answer that has been shouted out before the poll is completed has not counted, though I am already seeing that Agent said fluid. So if you can say that fast enough after the poll has been concluded, you win. And this character is all of the gender. To buy or not to buy. To pan or not to pan. I pick yes. The gender. Oh god, wait, that's funny. This is the first poll where we actually have a tie. If it's a tie, I think that automatically qualifies as non-binary or gender fluid. You know what? That's fair. Also, by the way, just because I said to NB or not to NB does not mean the character is automatically cis, because I wanted to give the option for a character that is trans as well. So if to not NB wins, or sorry, if or not to NB wins, then the option is cis or trans. The character is purely an ink machine. I don't know what's happening. They have rainbow fluid hair made of colors. Are we still talking about the Kirby character? Comment, I'm ignoring you. That's what your answer is. I'm ignoring you. So are you trying to tell me the only thing you've eaten today is a bunch of Kraft mac and cheese? That it? Nothing else? I thought you just said something about a chicken sandwich or something earlier in the chat. Or like a turkey sandwich. What the hell happened? I only ate croissants. Mean. How many croissants? Depending on the amount of croissants, I'm disappointed. Okay, 5 croissants. I can see that being enough to get you through the day. Oh. Comment, you can't leave out the fact that you ate something with the mac and cheese. It's okay, because the mac and cheese isn't like the only thing you ate. Yeah, that's fine. You had a turkey sandwich and a chicken sandwich with both sides of mac and cheese. That's good. That's fine. I've only had peanut butter toast today. Okay, but is that because it's technically morning for you right now? You're forgiven at times. Because I'm pretty sure you're like, what, 13 hours ahead of me? You had a small breakfast. You'll probably eat more, I hope. Yin, I'll forgive you because 5 croissants, I'm assuming they're big croissants and not those little baby ones. If they're little baby croissants, I'm disappointed. Eat more. But if they're like the regular size croissants, then yeah, I can forgive that. As long as you like them. Yeah, you're allowed to get away with it, Hawk, because that's only your breakfast time. You're forgiven. Maybe you'll eat more later. Sometimes you don't want a big old breakfast. That's okay. I can forgive you, but only for now. What's the poll for? Ah! So, welcome in, Paige. We are currently doing the Chat Makes a D&D character stream today. You guys are voting on the character's gender, which just ended, and I, don't know what to do now because the character is both NB and not NB. Should we make them like a demi-boy or a demi-girl? I guess that's... Okay, we got 2 fluids. Gender fluid it is. 3 fluid. Okay, everyone wants a gender fluid character, I guess. That's 3 in a row, I think. I think people decided. These are separated. Whatever. These shouldn't be separated to begin with. Where did I write summer? Why is summer written down? Okay. Okay, let me fix this because I did a stupid somehow have summer written down in the wrong area. Let me fix it. This area should be locked down and shouldn't be allowed to move around. There we go. All right, we've decided gender fluid character. That's fair. That's true. Shay did already say if we get a tie, it ends up being gender fluid. So we have gender fluid because I want to write it that way. That looks like a C. There we go. I love how many of you agreed also that you just wanted a gender fluid character anyway. Oh yeah, there was going to be another poll after the options if you guys chose for not NB for if the character was cis or trans. I wanted to make that more an option for a character that's like monogendered versus potentially something else. Instead of it being like NB, trans, or cis. To me, why are you, oh, you're dying because you're cleaning the bathroom. I'm sorry. Porting the genders. That's, to be fair, they are a fae. I feel like if we're gonna pick a gender for any of the Fae, it's gonna be fluid. Agent's dying. I'm so sorry, Agent. Hey, you're finished up with chapter 1. Nice. Wait, they pick the gender they are based on, which... Ooh, that's a really good idea, Shay. Do we do tone indicate? Wait, do we do indicators through their hair, like color of leaves? Ooh, yeah, like them having, like the different season they pick tends to be which gender they feel like more. Okay. Let's say they get 4 options for different pronouns. We picked that they're currently the summer option, so what does summer look like? Is summer completely gender neutral? Is summer more femme, more mask? Paige, go eat something, please. If you're currently not doing anything other than watching the stream, I would love if you would go eat and take care of yourself, please. Though, of course, if you're currently busy and you don't really have the option, that's always okay as long as you take care of yourself later. Hey, that's fun. Alright. So, what are we thinking for summer? Is summer more femme, more mask, or more neutral? Hot girl summer. You know what? Yeah. Hot girl summer is so fucking funny. We're doing that.
I have something to say.
Yes, Rhea? God damn it. I think Rhea also likes hot girl summer. I'm dog sitting at a different house. We go home for dinner. Ah. Well, hopefully you can get something to eat soon. Also, that means technically everyone wins because I believe, Yin, you did ask if the character could use she, they. So it looks like everyone wins. Summer uses she, they. I'm saying that. Everyone wins. We get hot girl summer. This is so silly. I really just love the idea that when you ask them, hey, what's your gender? Hot girl summer is the answer. It's so funny. It's like, yep, that's my gender. Hot girl summer. Specifically the vibe. Also, don't mind me adding the colors. Each of these is supposed to represent a different season. So we can keep track of what the other options could be. This character is only going to be seen in the summer form because I would have to design all of the other forms and I'm not doing that. But at least we know, like, what each version will be. I'll let you... We're having a little tangent to decide what the other seasons are. So what do you guys think spring should be? Have the different thingies be something simple that changes color. That is a good idea, yeah, because it could just be their, like, main hair color, perhaps the flowers, their eye color. Like, let's say for, like, when they're spring, they have pink eyes. While in summer, they have green. Autumn, they have some sort of brown or orange eyes. And then winter, they'd have, like, white or blue. Yeah, there could be more subtle differences. Instead of it being big ones. That's true. Fine. It'll be color differences, but I'll maybe do that later. Do we want to add the... Spring is hard to say. Yeah, that's true. Honestly, I kind of want, like, maybe she and he. Maybe it's both. That's good. I'm glad you're eating something. To me, winter or autumn would be like pure they. Sailboy Winter. The electric. The exact opposite. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put he, they for winter. I'm gonna put just they for autumn because I want one of them to be they single. They, them. I'm writing they too often. It doesn't look like a word anymore. Oh, spring is all? Honestly, yeah, that makes the most sense. During spring, they use all. Alright, alright. I like this. I like this. We're currently in hot girl summer. This is so silly. We've gotten off track because I don't remember what we were supposed to be doing after we picked gender. But I love this character already because this is just so much fun. We have a job. We know they're an artist. They also have magical powers. Eladrin, and currently we are on hot girl summer. Can we pick childhood trauma now? You know what? That is an important part of a D&D character. No. Fancy immediate. Yeah, we have to be nice to our girl. This is everyone's child now. We have to be nice to her. All right. Oh yeah, we were supposed to be picking personality. All right, so everyone throw out some ideas on what you think you want this character to act like or what you currently think this character would act like. My suggestion is don't read anyone else's message in chat. Just make your own first and then you can look up. I'm not going to read any of them out. Though if you agree with someone's, you can also just say, I like that one. Agent, I'm already concerned. Agent, also personality. We weren't... That's not a personality. It's not... So fine. I guess they can be an orphan. It can be. That's not... That doesn't describe how this person acts at all. But we can say that she's an orphan. Alright, part of her backstory can be that she's an orphan. You can have that. An orphan who likes fire. I guess that counts as a personality trait. What are we choosing? I was too busy making jokes. Uh-oh. We're supposed to be picking out the personality. Try to avoid looking at other people's messages unless you, like, agree with them. But I want people to just throw out personality options and we'll see, like, what sounds like we can combine and what might not work. They steal people's dead names. Now no one will remember. You are safe now. No one will ever know. Chaotic neutral. Yeah, sounds about right so far. We've got a few options, so now I'm gonna start reading. We potentially have a hoarder, which honestly, if they're an artist, probably. Who's an orphan, likely a gremlin, but also I am that bitch, deal with it. And probably likes fire. That's not a personality trait. Chaotic neutral, I think we can work with the... Liking fire is not a personality trait. Hear you at this point. At what point? I'm worried. It's not a personality trait. Inspired by fables, adventurous, trusting to friends. They love their found family. We could give them a found family, that's true. Oh yeah, that's true. We picked artists, but like, what type? I mean, I assumed we were doing painter because I really liked the idea that they have a magic paintbrush. Because that just sounds really cool. I'm gonna keep Magic Paintbrush just because I think that's really cool. Let's see. They're adventurous. Okay, the character might be allowed to like fire. Think about it. Not giving them fire, though. They probably shouldn't have any. Yin, is that like something specific? A character that plays piano, viola, and... No, sorry, that's not viola. That's violin and cello. Are you referencing something specific? Why those three? Or is that something you and your family do? Either way, so far what I'm getting is this character is likely confident but likes to collect things. Might be a bit of a creature. So a haughty, kleptomaniac, and pyromaniac. Is that what we've got? Unfortunately, yes. It seems like that is, in fact, the personality we're getting. Is this character is adventurous, likes... Okay, we don't know if they're a kleptomaniac, specifically. They love drawing the fires they set. Why did this so quickly become arson? We were doing so well, and then we just, like, immediately went into arson. I was so proud of you guys. Alright. Fine. She can have fire spells. It's not a personality trait, but we'll think about fire. Goodness. Bunch of crazies, all of you. We share a brain cell. I can see that. At this point, you're kind of just describing a dragon. You've made an Eladrin that acts like a dragon. They're a hoarder, they like fire, they're incredibly confident, and also adventurous. You've made a dragon. I probably spelled that completely fucking wrong. So can we make it so they are a shape-shifting dragon? I'll do a poll. So let me remove polls. There we go. Hey, even though it's a joke, that's how polls work. If enough people like it, it goes. Dragon? Also, technically dragons, or at least a lot of them, have like a alternate form that they can take. So technically, this character could be a dragon. If people want them to be. Either way, adventurous, likes to hoard things. Oh yeah, someone suggests things they like to hoard. I'll pick like my favorite one. Frogs? Coins. Okay. I'm changing the size of this brush. I cannot. Frog, shiny, frogs, coins, hats, feathers. No, I do not have to draw the horde. I am drawing the character specifically. Hi, Entei. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for rejoining the Fae Payers. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I do not have to draw the horde. I have to draw only the character. Whatever their house looks like is for a later date. And whenever I add them into the game show, if I do so. I don't know if we'll have a horde, but shiny, this... Yeah, to be fair, everyone likes shiny things. Pens and ink. We have some options. Okay, people are liking the idea of this character either secretly being a dragon or just being a shapeshifted dragon that just likes to be an Eladrin. Colorful things. They like colorful things. I made a character once that was a merchant that was colorless and needed colorful things to stay positive. Oh, that's fun. It would make sense if they hoard pens and inks and stuff, considering they are an artist. But yeah, Entei, welcome to the party. We're doing the Chat Makes a D&D character stream. So far, apparently, we are making an Eladrin who is currently in their summer form. They're an artist, a mage, gender fluid, and potentially a dragon. We started off well, and now apparently the character is secretly a dragon. Yeah, who also arson. Things started to go off the rails when we started talking about arson and then dragons. To be fair, it's my fault. I just realized my music is muted. Why is it muted? When did that happen? Don't do that. Oh goodness, we're on ad break. I'm free for just a moment to think, to settle. Yeah, her personality is Hot Girl Summer. I added confident instead of her personality is Hot Girl, but her gender currently is Hot Girl Summer. Such a silly character. I love this, though. I like to act exasperated or, like, disappointed, but genuinely I am having a good time. Sorry, my throat got dry there for a second. But yeah, I am having a good time. I just like to act like I'm tired when something silly happens. Confident, likes fire. I'm adding that as like a joke personality trait. Liking fire is not a personality trait. They might hoard shiny things and art supplies, though. I'll allow those. Those make sense. No, Namaki doesn't think fire is a personality trait. You think fire is a personality trait. And it's one you gave him. We are essentially almost done. I won't be designing a dragon form, but we will have, like, hints. Like, maybe we give them horns or something. But we're almost done with the designing because we have to come up with an aesthetic for this character. And then figuring out where their stats go and the, like, 5 highest, skills they have. Alright, that's 5 votes for this character secretly being a dragon. It has been decided. What I should do is space these out a bit more. Is that something I can do without them being, like, too far apart? If I make this just a little bit smaller. Also, welcome back from ads. I'm trying to fix the skills because we're going to do voting on the skills next. The way that's going to work is I want you guys to say 2 skills you want them to have out loud off of this list of 16. And then I will be adding the votes next to them. And whichever one ends up winning with the ones that have the most votes are the ones that win. Two. Everyone gets to say 2. Oh, I'm using the wrong color. Athletics is a strength-based one. I gotta fix these because they moved over in a weird way, but it's fine. This is mostly just to remind myself of which skills go where. Okay, okay. I'll give you guys also plenty of time to decide on these. If you don't know the 5e skills, you can look them up. I am trying to fix them, but also they're on screen right now. I'm sorry I keep moving them around. That's also my fault. There we go. Okay, now I can start adding the votes for each one. Let me open my homebrew. Oh, are you gonna start adding this character to the list? To be fair, they will literally be an NPC in the game. But so that makes sense. Okay, so far we have... Oh, Fancy, you get 2, so you can pick another one. Everyone gets to shout out 2 skills. I'm picking the top 5, though if we only end up picking 5 skills, then those will be the 5 this character has. Yeah, currently we have 5 skills. Another one for nature. We've got 2 winning. Comet, would you like to vote on 2 skills they might have? Agent, Ian, Shay, and Fancy have all given in some votes. We are currently at 5 picked. So I'll give you... Oh, here, let me set a timer as well. That's a clock. There, 5 more minutes, and then whatever gets picked or has the highest amount of votes at the end of the 5 minutes will be the ones we keep. So far in the winning is Deception, Nature, Medicine, Arcana, and Stealth, which is an interesting combo. A lot of you have decided you want this character to be deceptive. At the very least, good at deception. Which honestly, yeah, nature does kind of make sense considering they're Eladrin. Deception also because they're a fae and they're supposedly a secret dragon, so they have to be good at lying. Arcana also makes sense along with being fae. Stealth and medicine are also some interesting ones too, for the same reason. So all of these already work pretty well. Let's not forget to save. I'm realizing we're an hour in and I haven't even started drawing the character because we're still making the character, but that's kind of the point of these. Eventually I'll have a full sketch for the character. I don't know if I'm gonna fully line this or anything, but I will make this. We'll have a sketch idea. So speaking of which, we've kind of already decided a lot of the stuff that makes this character. So this is just information that'll be helpful for when I'm deciding how the NPC acts, but I guess I can actually start with the drawing portion of the stream. Because there's no real reason for me not to. Well, actually, no, we still haven't decided what this character's aesthetic is and what they actually will look like. So I guess that's true. We have essentially nothing yet. We haven't done anything really for their physicality. I understand their personality a bit, so that might help me with a pose. Good night. Thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again, Yin, but I hope you have a good night, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever it is for you in your time zone right now. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you being here. We have 30 seconds left on the timer for if anyone else wants to submit ideas for what they would want this character's skills to be. If not, we will be moving on to what this character will dress like, and also choosing some colors. Also, next week we'll be doing the next chat makes character, which is a Pokemon, which you guys unlocked for doing the donations to the Pokemon for Palestine campaign. Timer is up. So it looks like this character is very good at deception. They are very well versed about nature. They're good at medicine. They're well knowledged in the arcane, and they're very stealthy. Also, these were supposed to be the votes on the skills they're the best at. So even though some of these only have one, I've decided it's in order of best. So a lot of these skills are just things that they might know, but these are their best skills. Sleight of hand would have been a good one, that's true. Okay. So, we got any votes for that this character's aesthetic is? Perhaps they wear a lot of... I'll be honest, I'm spacing out. I actually don't know how I would describe it, but like, what kind of outfits do you think this character wears, essentially? This character can dress in more modern clothing, but it would make sense if they had more, like, what people usually assume for D&D. An outfit that involves a lot of colors would make sense. Perhaps they also dress around whichever, like, season they've chosen. These are a little short. I have no idea what a Gambison is. And I'm probably saying it incredibly wrong, so I apologize. Okay, these ones might be too long. Thank you, because I had no real idea what that meant. Oh! Is it like a form of armor? Or is that just an outfit? I kind of like the idea, I just don't like the idea of drawing the thing. There's a lot of little bitty pattern textures. Or, not pattern, padded textures. It does look very warm, which is kind of funny for the character who's supposed to be summer-based. Maybe I should just look up summer outfits and see if there's anything we like. Bring them up on screen. Some of these are cute dresses. I don't think a lot of these scream summer to me. But they are cute. Coming up with character outfits always tends to be my most difficult ones. Robe-like dress. Yeah, this isn't exactly it, but just like something long and flowy? Oh, yeah, we can definitely have like little paint splotches and like little bits of color on their outfit. I do like that too. Looking up white dress. Hmm. I'm seeing some ideas that I think are interesting. Oh, something like that? Very princessy. I do kind of like it. I think I might want to like shorten the sleeves of it. But I see it. Okay, that didn't copy paste like I asked it to. There we go. I think something like this, but I think I want to edit this a bit more. I definitely like the idea of like the lines here too. Let's see. It's loading again. I'll look up a smock to see if that's something I can do. Though it would make sense for them to have a smock. Maybe like some sort of like cute little apron. I saw this cute one that kind of had like little buttons at the top that made it look a little bit like a I guess kind of like little overall buttons. I'm thinking with the way we've designed this character, I feel like there should be a bit more of like, let me think, what I want. Asymmetry to him? I think that's the word I'd want. So I think dress is still like flowy. But maybe it like opens up to one side or it only goes off to one side. I think the apron would have to be like the main part though. They definitely should have like a little artist smock. What do we think of like some asymmetry with the smock? I'm still thinking that there's like little... I do like your idea from earlier where she has like paintings that she's made on her own dress. Maybe even on the actual smock, because I think that'd be fun. But I also think with the way we've, like, already decided this character is, like, some asymmetry would do good for the outfit as well. Welcome back. We are working on outfit. I will look that up. I don't know fancy dress word terminology, so I will be looking this up and seeing if I think this is a fun idea. It probably will be. Flouncings. Oh, so it's also like that sort of half opening, but it's like very, very frilly. Actually, I love that because that definitely works with the vibe I'm trying to give. And a lot of the dresses that have this, outside of that frilly look, they do sort of, they end up a little bit straighter on the ends, which would make it easier for me to draw like a little design that she's put on the edge. I'm not the best with drawing outfits just yet. You don't have to deal with me struggling to figure out how the hell this works. Does what? It does... this on top of itself a couple times. It also looks like they're making a bunch of Z shapes. And curly triangles. Oh, so are they like going back and forth? I think I'm kind of understanding this. I do think it looks really nice. I just wish I understood it a little better. But yes, I think she should have this thing. Honestly, I think I'll continue to work on the NPC offline because I think this is about it. The plan was mostly to design the character. You will see them fully designed as an NPC whenever I'm able to fully get the game set up. But yeah, I think this was a pretty fun stream. I think I'm going to make this a shorter one, sadly. Because I do want to make sure I don't put too much stress on my wrist, as especially since we're going to be doing the Pokemon Chat Makes a Pokemon stream. That one I actually will try to draw more of the actual character. Though this was pretty fun. I think we got to a pretty good place with this. I'll continue to design this character, also because I think we might do another part 2 where I draw more of the character and then we just vibe, because when it comes to the actual arting part of stuff, I do tend to just kind of chill out and vibe along. So I think we are going to get ready for a raid, but thank you for joining me for the first Chat Makes A. This was really fun. So let's go find someone to send y'all off to. It looks like Kiri has only been streaming for 2 hours and he's currently doing peak. So I think I'm going to pick Kiri because it's been a little bit since I've gotten to watch a stream of his. So everyone hop on in for a raid. We're going to be joining Kiri today. This was a very fun and chaotic stream. Eventually I will have this this is an art stream where no childhood stories came up. No, but we did mention never mind. That's true. This is the first art stream without a actual childhood story going on. That is true. That tends to happen a lot during art streams. Because we're just vibing and yapping. But thank you guys for joining me. I will be seeing you again next week on Monday at 6 p.m. EDT. Well, EST, because we're back again at EST. I have to switch my time things. But either way, you know where we are. Eastern Coast. Somewhere in that time zone. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you guys on Monday at 6 p.m. EST. And even if I don't, just remember to have a good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Take care of yourselves. And have a good one. Bye-bye.